Going to school sucks because most of the things they teach you there you'll never use. Go and look at any successful person in this world. Start quizzing them on things they used to know from school. See how much they still know. Here, we'll start with you. You remember how many planets there are in this solar system? Remember, we lost one just recently. Pluto. Now, do you remember their order from the sun? You were taught it, right? Surely you were taught the order of the planets from the sun and where Earth sits amongst them, right? You probably don't realize it, that you've forgotten because you never used it. Why'd you never use it? Well, you don't have a spaceship where you have to hang a left at Mars or miss your turn, right? So, what could we be teaching kids instead of things that waste their time and that they'll never use and they'll forget and or misremember, which can be even worse? How about how to be a good friend? How to give a good apology, how not to get scammed, how to save your money, how to invest, how to delay gratification so that your investment today can turn into something bigger in the future, whether that's investing in education and learning things that are useful, or, actually saving up some cash to start a business or buy the S&P 500 or whatever tickles your fancy as far as making your future brighter and better goes. So if you look at the world's most successful people and you see that they've all forgotten the same things, maybe you should stop teaching those things. Let's take history, for instance. One of the greatest things history can do is prevent the same mistakes happening in the future. But what we found is, study history as you might, the same mistakes keep happening anyway because the history isn't being referenced properly. So maybe the education and smart parts of history should be codified into frameworks that you can apply to future thinking. And if history was so great anyway, you'd see people learning from the 10 times larger number of experiences they've seen people have through film. The protagonists in films have overcome obstacles and done great things hundreds and hundreds of times, probably per year per person. And you have to wonder how many times those learning experiences, learning through the mistakes and successes of others, have really paid off for people in general. I would say that a well-made, memorable movie is probably more useful for increasing the decision-making skills of those who watch it than a short paragraph on something a person that you can't really see, can't really hear, can't really associate with too well from long, long ago might have done. I mean, even the language has changed to the point where much of the meaning is lost. So let's teach our kids things that they can actually use, right? Let's perhaps let them specialize. If in this world the most valuable knowledge is the least abundant knowledge, then teaching everyone the exact same things makes all of the knowledge that they have the same amount of valueless. Why is it that when you graduate from a good high school, the only jobs you can get are terrible? Shouldn't you be able to earn a living and do something good for the world or good for yourself as soon as you graduate? What the hell were you doing with your time? Take, for instance, software. The majority of people spend their day staring at screens, and those electrons tickling those pixels to make colors to go into your eyes are managed by software. And most of the things that you'll see are managed by software. So we live in a world where software is insanely profitable and consumes tons and tons of human consciousness, but they don't even teach it in school for the most part. What a terrible idea. The world's changed massively in 100 years, but the education system hasn't. So let's let people specialize. Let's let them not waste their time. Let's make it more than just some place where you go to be babysat. And then when you graduate, you can feel proud knowing that you can do something useful.